Hello everyone. This is Alex Shevchenko here, and I welcome you at the Friday Alpha League session with Aurora. This is a live stream that we usually hold on Fridays that is going into multiple places. So welcome to everybody who are joining us on X, on YouTube, and in our Discord. And a big thanks for you for tuning in. As I said, this is a live stream, so this is a time for you to ask your questions, and in the chat down below, just next to the like button that I hope you're going to smash. And I will try to answer all of these questions in the second part of the stream. And there is no need for you to wait until the end of the stream to ask the questions. You can ask right now, and your questions are going to be answered. So without further ado, let's dive into the updates and the news from the ecosystem. This week, a new project is building within probably the hackathon or redacted hackathon, and the project is delivered to us by the Near African Guild. The project is called Infinex, and this is a chain abstracted meme coin launchpad. Many people have been contemplating about the meme coin launchpads recently, and some of the community members were expressing their desires to see meme coin launchpads on Aurora. So here you go. Somebody have listened to you, and let's see how things are going to go with Infinex. But anyway, wishing all the best to the developers, and I hope that this project is soon going to be live. Another big topic for today was about the L2s, and in general, what we see is that there are more and more kind of dissatisfactory notes in the communication about L2s. They're complicated. They are extremely hard to launch. And from my point of view, the reason why all of these things are happening is just because that L2 is not the answer to a question how to launch my own chain. L2 is the answer to a question how to scale Ethereum. And these two questions are very, very different. And from my point of view, if something is an answer to a question how to scale Ethereum, it might not be the good answer to the question how to launch my own chain. And there are all of the different reasons why people are willing to launch their own chains, despite the necessity to scale Ethereum. People usually would like to launch their chains in order to have their own community in this sandbox. They would like to utilize some features of on the chain level, like customizing the base token, customizing the mechanics of the gas fees, maybe adding permissioned access to this chain in case there is a requirement or there is a compliance requirement, or maybe there is a requirement just from the community that only community members are able to execute transactions on this chain. There can be lots of different reasons around this, but in general, naturally, people are willing to have their own place. People are willing to have the place for their community, for themselves, and that's the reason why we live in homes and not in barracks, right? So. And the question how to scale Ethereum is the question of the Ethereum Foundation, right? So that's something that is separate, and the proposed solution might not be the answer to this question. And one of the biggest questions, obviously, is the questions about the how to launch a chain and whether the launching of the chain through L2 is a proper answer to this question. So from my point of view, it is not, just because the cost on the infrastructure for launching L2 is going to be extremely high. And I'm saying this not because I'm selling Aurora Cloud, right? And you might think that this is actually the case, but I'm pretty on the other side. Let's see what people are talking about launching L2. So if you're going to go, like I'm just checking on this post from Andre Cornier, is that he was doing the estimations on the cost of the infrastructure for running an L2, right? So you need to have oracles and stable coins deployed on your L2. You need to have RPCs that are supporting. You need to have indexing and additional dashboards that support your chain. You need to have VRFs. Sometimes it is required, sometimes it is not. Keepers wallet support governance for sure, and I do believe that on governance you actually need to spend much more than this. And explorers custody risk management. This number is substantially lower than actually it costs. So custody providers, support of explorers, top explorers are starting with 1 million per year. So and besides this, then there are also tons of additional things. This is only like a first step into the infrastructure. Besides this number, you would need to think about the DeFi landscape that must be in place in order for many projects to operate. You need to think about integration of the exchanges with your network, and also bridges, because your network, probably you don't want your network to exist without any connection to the outer world, except for the the direct bridge or the native bridge for L2s, right? So app chains are going to be disconnected. L2s are going to have this native bridge, but in case of the optimistic rollups, it is going to be extremely slow. We're talking here about tens of millions per year in infrastructure costs for anyone who is willing to run an L2. And it's not like this is a new thing. This is a new finding for me. No, we have been telling this from the Aurora side for a very, very long time. It's just people only now started to see that these costs are there. Once we have more than 100 L2s that are launched, now these L2s are actually seeing that it actually takes quite a lot of money to run an L2. So for those of you who are a little bit tired of this, and for those of you who are seeing some other people struggling with this insane amount of money that are spent on the infrastructure, here is a tip for you. There is an alternative solution to this, and this alternative solution is called Aurora Cloud. So with Aurora Cloud, the whole infrastructure costs for many virtual chains that are launched through Aurora Cloud is shared with everybody. This infrastructure is paid for by Aurora and Near ecosystems. And on Near and Aurora, we already have oracles. We already have officially deployed biggest stable coins. And together with the centralized exchanges that are supporting them, we have RPCs that are integrated with us, indexing and dashboards. By the way, RPCs, in terms of the indexing, Dune Analytics started to index Near blockchain, right? We have VRFs. VRFs on Near is implemented on the level of the protocol. Wallet support. Wait a couple more weeks for the support of Ethereum wallets on Near. There are lots of governance projects and governance initiative that are happening there. Explorers is in place. Custody, biggest custody provider. So all of the custody providers that you can think of, they support in Near and Aurora. Besides that, we have lots of bridges that are integrated with Near and Aurora. We have not been talking about on-ramps because this is also something that needs to be there. And the biggest on-ramps are also integrated. All of this infrastructure for those of you who are going to launch your virtual chains is going to be available from the first block of your virtual chain for free. This thing is existing. The only thing that you need to pay for is literally RPCs and servers where the explorers are going to work. The cost of running a virtual chain is minuscule in comparison with the cost of setting up and running your own L2. And the virtual chain is the proper answer to the question of how to launch a chain. It is much better than L2s, and I'm glad to see that many people are starting to ask this very appropriate question of the cost of the infrastructure. And it is absolutely clear that virtual chains are a much superior solution to L2s in terms of the saving of cost. There was a little bit of a debacle besides the cost of the infrastructure in terms of the security, and I can tell you as a person who have been managing the projects that have been having and still continues to have lots of risks, including Rainbow Bridge and Aurora, and that the security is a very, very complicated topic, and there are lots of aspects of this security. But when I see solutions, like Mantle, when I see solutions like based before the upgrade, hopefully the upgrade is going to happen soon, where there is no state validation, there is no ability to exit in case of the failure of the proposal, right? Stuff like that. And when people are saying that L2s are superior to any other solutions because of the security, these people are fooling themselves, and they're unfortunately moving forward the incorrect information. Besides that, the biggest question for all of the smart contracts, and for obviously the smart contracts that are validating the fraud proofs, the smart contract that is allowing people to deposit inside of the L2 and deposit outside. The biggest question obviously here is the upgradability of the smart contract. It is naturally for everybody to make the smart contracts upgradable just because you're not going to launch a separate L2 every time when the upgrade needs to happen. And the way how these upgrades are handled is another big question. And in many cases, these upgrades are just kind of gated by the multi-sigs. In some cases, these upgrades are actually staggered, so that there is a delay that is happening in between the publishing of the update and the actual update happening, so that everyone who is willing to exit is able to exit. But these such projects are just only several among 100 L2s that are launched. So for those of you who are willing to really, really dive deep into the security, please do not, please try to go a little bit deeper than rather conceptual thinking about L2s, that they are the chains that are utilizing the security of Ethereum and kind of inheriting the security of Ethereum. It is not black or white. And the current state of the L2s is that their security is far, far from the security of the Ethereum. And it is going to take quite a lot of time for them to get closer to that security of Ethereum. And still, there will be lots of asterisks next to this statement. Anyway, hopefully, a little bit of a talking and a little bit of expressing of my own opinion on L2s versus other type of solutions for launching your own chains will be useful for you. So let's get back, and sorry for diving a little bit deeper into this. I hope it was not that not that bad 5 minutes of your time. But let's dive into the other news. So first of all, Redacted Hackathon is moving forward. Obviously, you should already know that the submission time has been extended till the October 31st. But besides that, it was 1,400 hackers that are participating in this hackathon. Obviously, that's a huge amount of people. Tons of developers, tons of teams are participating. I'm really looking forward to seeing what is going to happen there. Moreover, if we are going to take a look at the hackathon page, you will be able to see the details of the hackathon here on redactedbangkok.ai. So as you know that on the August 1st, the marketing started for this thing, and the registrations were open, and a hackathon was kicked off on September the 5th. So within the almost 2 months of time, there is a time for developers to develop their solutions and to submit it by October 31st. And then in the first week of November, there will be judging and some additional in real life meetings on November 9th to 10th during the Redacted conference. And then on November 11th, there will be the Hackathon Award ceremony. I do believe that this one is going to be streamed live, so everybody who are not seeing it in real life will be able to see it during the stream. Moving on, this is a casual reminder for everybody that Aurora has launched a beta testers club. This is a community of the users who are going to test or beta test the products that are just about to go to market and be available in the general availability. We really value the user experience at Aurora, and as you know, we really would like to provide the best possible user experience to the users. So this is a great chance for you to, in case you're interested in everything that we are doing, or at least it's something that we are doing, you are able to join the Beta Testers Club, get some rewards for testing and filing the issues and finding your problems with your user experience, and get also an access to the early versions of some of our products. So really highly encourage you to do this. This is an activity that we think can be interesting to the community. There is no need for you to be a technical person here. You may not be a developer at all, but if you have a mobile device or a PC or a laptop, and you are able to test our products, then this will be enough. And you have a little bit of time to be able to describe your experience with these products. This was just a continuation of the topic of of the cost of the infrastructure. But I would like to highlight also a couple of projects from this week. And the first one is the project that I'm following for already pretty long period of time. And I'm happy that they are getting to the stage when they are, that is pretty kind of big for any project. And this is launching of the governance solution. So, and this project is called Infinex. Infinex is a project that is aiming to become a substitution to the centralized exchanges. And the way how they are doing this is through a great user experience and creation of the user accounts using some forward-looking technologies like passkeys. So all of the accounts that are created by Infinex are the accounts that are abstracted away. So there is account abstraction that is working there, and the way how user is signing the transactions from these accounts is they're using passkeys for this. Now we have been in talks with Infinex team for quite a long period of time, and now for one of the first times these talks are kind of revealed by Kane communicating in his blog post of what is next, what is the roadmap for Infinex moving forward. And I'm happy to say that from the wider Near and Aurora ecosystem, Aurora's team is happy to support Infinex in their journey to get a better user experience for everybody in the crypto industry. Let's see how things are going to progress. There are lots of things in development in this direction. Really looking forward to these features launches in the future. And another one is that probably everybody are going crazy about meme coins already for a long period of time, but the previous week has become pretty crazy for the AI generated meme coins. And funny enough, we do have in the Near ecosystem a funny meme coin that is called Gnear. So if you're looking for a meme coin to follow, Gnear might be an interesting one. Though from my point of view, this AI still needs to be educated a lot because, I mean, come on, like he needs to understand, or whatever, the AI needs to understand quite a lot of things, and Truth Terminal is much better than this one. This is not a financial advice, just a regular reminder to everybody, but I think that this is an interesting direction of the development. Clearly, we're going into the direction of AI agents that are implementing some specific tasks. AI agent that is working behind Gnear is an AI agent that is communicating with Twitter. You can easily imagine AI agents that are going to communicate with DoorDash, with Uber, with your bank in order to get things done the way you like to do it, not the way the bank wants you to do. So, interesting thing. Let's see where all of this wave is going to bring us to. Hopefully not in the disastrous scenarios of the futures like in Terminator. Okay, so I think that Orobot have already got some alphas today. Hopefully he was listening to me for some period of time. GM, everybody. And Marco wants to know the name of the cat. Yeah, of the cats, and her name is Fenna. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. And as always, we're going to see each other in exactly 1 week from now on the next Friday Alpha League sessions with Aurora. And until then, have a good one.